I just don't understand why you would do that to me.
I wasn't meant to walk through the front door so early that evening. The meeting had wrapped up sooner than expected, and I'd skipped my usual stop for drinks. Normally, Lindsay would have already left by this hour. Our marriage had been quietly crumbling for a while. We didn't argue often, but that was part of the problem. The two of us drifted through the house like strangers sharing a space, exchanging little more than a nod. Her job consumed almost all her time, and I'd stopped questioning where those late nights disappeared. Perhaps I already had my answer. As soon as I stepped inside, the subtle wrongness hit me. The house carried a thick, artificial lavender scent, a diffuser humming softly on the console table. Upstairs, the shower ran steady and deliberate. This wasn't a bath to unwind. She was preparing to vanish. Standing outside the bathroom, I felt my phone buzz in my pocket. A new voice memo from her. I pressed play. Calm, controlled, rehearsed, her voice drifted from the speaker. Tom, I need you to listen. Don't ask anything. Tonight, I need one night with another man. Just one. Please don't interfere. The memo continued in my hand as water hammered against tile behind the door. She'd thought she'd orchestrated the perfect night, set the stage, leave instructions, disappear. By the time I arrived home at the usual hour, she would have been gone. But I was early. That changed everything. I didn't knock. I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I went down the stairs to my study, calm, deliberate. If she wanted one night of freedom, I was about to give her a different kind of night, one she would never forget. I slid open the bottom drawer and pulled out two thick envelopes. Reserved for contracts, severance, situations that demanded clarity, tonight they were repurposed. On the first, in bold letters, exit. Inside, $500 in cash, a hotel key card from a past business trip, and a draft divorce petition I'd prepared months ago when her excuses first stopped making sense. On the second, labeled Truth, I tucked a flash drive into its folds. Weeks of work, receipts, hotel bills, screenshots, photos from the rooftop bar where she assumed I wasn't watching. I'd titled the folder HR Employee Conduct. A single note accompanied it, pick this, and you'll see everything I've already documented. Both envelopes sat side by side on the console table, waiting like doors. The shower stopped after 10 minutes. I lingered in the shadows, leaning against the wall. Moments later, the bathroom door creaked open, and her feet padded down the stairs. Lindsay appeared, damp hair clinging to her shoulders, towel secured tightly. Her eyes fell on the envelopes. "Tom, what is this?" she asked, brow furrowed. "Two choices," I said evenly. "Left or right? You decide." She grabbed exit first, examining the contents, and froze. Cash, hotel card, divorce petition. Her lips pressed together, silent. Then she reached for Truth. Flash drive in hand, her face shifted. "What's on here?" I met her gaze. Everything. Every dinner, every hotel, every lie. HR already has a copy. Color drained from her face. "You didn't." I didn't move, I interrupted. "You asked for one night. I gave you exposure for every night." Her hand shook, clutching the drive as if it might protect her. The carefully crafted script she had planned unraveled in real time. I led her to the study. She moved stiffly, towel in one hand, drive in the other. Sitting at the desk, I plugged in a second, identical drive. Folder after folder populated the screen, receipts, photographs, text logs, credit card statements, all dated, all organized. Sit, I said. She hovered by the door. Tom, this is insane. A single click cut her off. The first photo filled the monitor, Lindsay at the rooftop bar, leaning toward Daniel Pierce, hand resting on his wrist. Daniel, her colleague, ambitious, single, the type who thrived on attention and late-night dinners. Another click, outside a hotel, jacket draped over her shoulders like a rehearsed gesture. Another click, itemized receipt, 1 room, 1 night, 2 guests. Don't insult me, I said softly. You asked for 1 night. You've already had more than that. Her throat worked silently. It wasn't like that. Click. Message thread. Her words neatly aligned, his response, next time, my place. Fewer eyes. She pressed her hand to her mouth, whispering, Tom, please. I leaned back, composed. You laughed at his jokes, touched his wrist, booked hotels on company accounts. You didn't slip up. You built a second life. Tears welled, her smile forced. We can fix this. I'll stop seeing him. It's done, I said. You don't get to negotiate afterward. She sank into the chair, trembling. What are you going to do? I rotated the screen toward her. Draft HR email open, attachments in place. I already did it. By morning, HR and Daniel will know exactly who you are. She cracked. You destroyed me. No, I replied flatly. You destroyed yourself. I just wrote it down. Fear registered fully now. Her hands gripped the chair. We can handle it privately, she whispered, desperate. I returned the laptop toward me. Subject line, Employee Conduct Disclosure, Lindsay Carter. Privately. I repeated. The way you slipped out while I paid bills and cooked dinner? Please, she whispered. I pressed enter. Message sent. She lunged. Tom, no. I didn't flinch. You wanted freedom. You got fallout. Her voice cracked. You ruined me. No, I said, sharp. I ruined the story you were selling. The performance you rehearsed. She slumped, face pale, stripped of the control she always wore like armor. I can change, she tried softly. You already saw the draft, I said, sliding a signed divorce petition across the desk. No other chances. Lawyers handle the rest. Her hand trembled on the folder. You're really ending it? Yes. The moment one night became more than our life, it ended. The silence pressed heavier than any argument we'd ever had. For the first time, Lindsay wasn't in control. I moved to a cabinet and retrieved a locked box, setting 3 black ledgers on the desk. Every lie, every late meeting, every missing charge, every skipped birthday, every silent avoidance, recorded. She recoiled. I don't need to read them. No, you don't. You thought you were clever. Thought I wouldn't notice. Or worse, thought I'd notice and stay quiet. This is for you, a syllabus of what you destroyed. Her eyes welled. I continued, producing a smaller box. Inside, a custom wedding band I'd never given. You had this made? Yes. Then I sat alone that night, watching the truth unfold. Tears flowed. Tom, I was lost. I didn't mean. You meant every second, every kiss, every lie, every night. You thought I wasn't watching. Don't pretend you stumbled into this. She tightened the towel, voice breaking. So what now? I leaned on the desk. Now you live with the cost. HR has the files. Divorce is signed. Daniel will deny you when convenient. You'll finally be alone, exactly as rehearsed. Her breath caught. You're leaving me with nothing. I met her eyes calmly. No, Lindsay. I'm leaving you with exactly what you chose. She buried her face. By court, she wore her armor again, but her eyes betrayed her. My lawyer placed the flash drive on the table, copies to the judge, receipts, bills, messages, photos, and the report sent to HR. Daniel's name repeated. Lindsay's lawyer objected, claiming personal grievance, not grounds. The judge barely lifted an eyebrow. Direct evidence of infidelity, she said. Not ambiguous. Subpoenaed, Daniel Pierce testified, meetings outside work, hotel nights, knowledge she was married. Lindsay's mask cracked. Ruling, divorce granted, assets divided, house mine, no alimony. She whispered, "You really destroyed me." I leaned close. No, Lindsay. I made sure no one could ignore it. Months later, the house was quiet, truly mine. On the desk, the 2 envelopes, exit and truth, framed, reminders of choices, costs, consequences. HR handled everything quietly, Daniel transferred states. Both became irrelevant footnotes. I slept without fear of new lies. I opened the unused anniversary ring once, then closed it. It wasn't leverage, not grief, just evidence of what almost was and what never would be. Lindsay never reached out again. No letters, no apologies, no calls. She asked for one night. She got the end of every script she wrote, and a truth she never saw coming. Daniel Pierce was never her future, just the spark she used to burn down her own house. And when the smoke cleared, she stood alone. I owned the silence, finally.